All right, everyone, welcome back. This is Craig with All-Star Lineup Baseball. We are getting down to it. This is the third game in a three-game series between Chicago, the 27 Cubs, and the 27 Pirates. Back home in Pittsburgh for the Pirates. And this three-game series is tied up 1-1. First game, Chicago won in extra innings. Pittsburgh won in extra innings. Chicago came back with a win in the next round, and so we are ready for the rubber match here between these two teams. On the mound, we got Vic Aldridge pitching for Pittsburgh. We're going to see, first of all, if his platoon splits are working for him today. 1-3 says they are, and they are not. Okay, Charlie Root for Chicago pitching. We're going to check him too, and they are not. So neither pitcher getting the benefit of the platoon splits. So same-handed matchups don't make a difference today. All right. So we got Sparky Adams up to bat for the visiting Cubs. So here we go. Sparky is yellow rated, so he's even up with Aldridge. Aldridge wins it. Pitcher wins it. And that's a ground out. And that is a ground out to the shortstop. So 1 out in the inning. Moving on to Woody English. English is also a righty, or also yellow rated, so he's even up. Again, Aldridge sets him down. That is a 9 on the pitcher card. That's another ground out. The ground out to the first baseman. So 2 infield ground outs. And we go on to Pete Scott. All right, Pete Scott playing right field today. He is green rated. He's +1. So add 1 to his 3 over there. That makes it a 4. He still loses to the pitcher. And that's a line out. So a line out to third baseman. So 3 up, 3 down. And the Cubs take the field. And so over here, 4. We go to the bottom of the first. I want to keep track of our score here. No runs for the Cubbies. And so in the bottom of the first, Lloyd Wainer coming up for Pittsburgh, going up against Charlie Root. They're both yellow rated, so they're even up. And they tie, which means we draw a wild card. In this case, it would have been a balk if we had runners on base, but we don't. So we're going to roll again. All right, so here we go. All right, rolling again. Pitcher wins the battle. It's a 13 on the pitcher card, which is a flyout. And that is to the second baseman. So a little pop-up on the infield. And we got 1 out. Kind of handy I left that there. All right. So Barnhart coming up. Barnhart playing left field today. He's even up with Root. Root rocks and fires. And Root sets him down to strike out. 1-3, it'll be looking. It's leaning 1-3 is looking. Nope, he was swinging. So that is a strikeout swinging. 2 outs. All right. And Paul Wainer coming up. He's green rated, so he's +1 to Root. Oh, and he gets on base, and that is a bunt hit. So Wainer lays one down and gets on first base, just to give me an idea where it was towards, right back towards the pitcher, but unable to get him out at first, so he is on for the first runner of the day. All right? So he is on at first base. All right. Glenn Wright coming up. Let's see if Glenn can move him along. He is even up with Root, so no changes. And he's on base. That's a single on Wright's card. That puts him on first, and that puts Wainer on second. We know Wright's blue rated. Wainer is yellow rated. Let's see where the single was to. Looks like it was just right back to the pitcher. They couldn't make the play on it. Right back up the middle, so they couldn't make a play on it. So we can see, let's check our outfield real quick. Center field is Wilson for the Cubs. Wilson's average. Our third baseman is Adams. Yeah, Adams. He's average too. So it's a 50-50 shot because my runner, Wainer, is also yellow. I'm not going to take a chance, especially this early in the game. We're just going to go ahead and go with it that way, and we have 2 men on. First and second with 2 outs. All right, and we got Grantham coming up. Grantham playing second base, and he is green rated, so he's +1. Add 1 to the red die is a 7. Not enough. Root wins that one. Oh, sorry, there's 2 outs already. Root makes the 3rd out of the inning, and that is a ground out to the first baseman. So no run score, although they do threaten. And at the end of 1, it is the Cubs 0 and the Pirates 0. All right. So heading for the top of the second. And the hometown crowd hoping the Pirates can pull this one out and continue on. All right. Got Webb coming up for... sorry. I was going to put Stevenson in, and I had him in my scorebook, and I forgot I switched to Webb. All right. Got Webb playing left field today. And he is +1 on Aldridge. So add 1 to the red die. And he gets on base, and that's a single on his card. A 4 is a single. All right, so these guys can go away, and we'll put him on first. Blue rated runner, unless he hits it and gets lucky. It's at 15. That's the center field. He's not going anywhere. All right, so he holds up on first, and that brings up Hack Wilson. All right. Let's see. All right. And let's see, Wilson is +1 on Aldridge, so add 1 to the red die. Doesn't matter. Aldridge sets him down, and that is a ground out. Let's see what that gives us. Sorry. A little bug runner or something there. All right, that is a ground out. Just a little number on the infield. Catcher picks that one up. We got a slow runner here in Webb. Okay, so the first out is going to be at second. So Webb's out. Now the question is whether Hack Wilson makes it to first. Well, he's halfway there. So he's out on the first half of that. And he is a righty, so we'll say that second base is covering the bag. So we're talking about second baseman throwing to first base for the out. My second baseman again is Pittsburgh second baseman is Grantham. Grantham is yellow rated. Okay, he has thrown the ball to first to Harris, who is green rated, so they're +1, and Webb is not Webb. Wilson's average, so he's -1. So 1 to 2 for Wilson to be safe at first, or else the double play happens here. All right. Oh, he rolls a 6. I don't know why I rolled the other die. Rolls a 6, so Hack Wilson is out at second. So double play on that one. And we're 2 outs in the inning. And that brings Charlie Grimm to the plate. Charlie is even up with Aldridge. Here we go. Pitcher wins it. And that's a line out. And that'll be a line out to the second baseman. All right. So it ends up being 3 up, 3 down. In Chicago, half the inning. We head for the bottom of the second. Still nothing. If you've never seen the game before, All-Star Lineup Baseball, there's a link to it in the description. There's some more videos on the site and also on this page. Be sure to subscribe when you get a chance to the page here to my channel. All right. So Grantham was last out last time, so Trainer's coming up for the Pirates. He is even up with Charlie Root. They're both yellow rated. Let's make no outs. And here we go. And he's on. And that is another bunt hit. So getting it done however they have to get it done. He is on base. All right. And we are rolling for Joe Harris. First baseman is a decent hitter. He's +1 on route. Doesn't matter. Gets a single on his card. That puts Trainer at second, him at first. It was a single too. Just on the infield here, up the line. They couldn't make the play on him. All right. So Trainer is on at second. Harris is on at first. And that brings up Earl Smith to the plate. Smith is even, same rating as Charlie Root, so even up here. Root sets him down. That's a 7, it's a ground out. Okay, and that is a ground out to second base. So we're going to see if we can turn this a little double play. Our buddy Trainer is going to go on to third. Harris is out at second. So the question is whether or not Earl Smith makes it to first or not. Okay? He's out, so we're waiting for Earl, who's somewhere in between there, make it to second or not. All right? So second baseman got the ball, flips it to shortstop for the first out of the double play. Now we need shortstop to first base. So for the Cubs, English is shortstop. He's blue rated. He's -1. All right. Lucky for him, Grimm, the first baseman's +1, so they're even up, right? And then we have Ed Smith, or Earl Smith, sorry, who is slow. He's -1, so basically it's a +1 on the defensive side and -1 for the runner. So it's a 2-point swing. Basically, Smith has to roll at 1 to be safe, and he does not. So Smith is out. 2 outs, but it does move Trainer over to third. All right. So 2 down in the inning. That brings up the pitcher, Aldridge, and he is -1 to Root. All right. All right, here we go. Doesn't matter. Root shuts him down. It's a 10 on his card. That's a ground out. And it's a ground out to first base. One second, I'm getting this, putting this in my scorebook here so I get it right. And that is all right. That is their half of the inning. We go on to the top of the third. Obviously, if you see me playing along here, if you have any questions, feel free to bring them up in the comments below. All right. On top of the third. And coming up is Hartnett. Grimm was our last out last time. Hartnett is up, and Hartnett is the same rating, so he's even up. He's our catcher, or he's trying to catcher. Loses that battle to Aldridge. 15 on Aldridge's card is a fly out. That's a fly out, little pop up to the catcher. So that's unfortunate for Hartnett. Here comes Beck. Beck's playing second base today, and he is even up with Aldridge. Sorry. 1 out, nobody on. Doesn't matter. Pitcher wins that one. A 5 is a ground out on his card, and that's a ground out to shortstop. All right. Charlie Root coming to the plate, and he is -1 to Aldridge. Doesn't matter. Aldridge gets a 1-2-3 inning. Root goes down with a line out to second baseman. All right. Moving on. Well, that was the bottom. We're heading for the bottom of the third. Sorry, I'm confusing myself here. I was looking at my book and I thought I had it wrong. All right, bottom of the third. And we're at the top of the lineup again with Lloyd Wainer leading off. He is even up, so here we go. And he wins that one. And a 3 on his card is a single. So he's on first with a single, and it was a single to right field. So he's on single to right. All right. So Pittsburgh getting something going here in the bottom of the inning. Here we go. It is Barnhart coming up. And again, he is also the same rating, so he's even up. He's a slow runner, though, so we'll see how he does here. Same rating, they both roll a 1. That means we got a tie and we pull a wild card. Drop third strike, batter safe at first if first is open. That is not the case. All right, so that is a K. So Barnhart strikes out, and we're going to say he struck out swinging. I do 1 to 3 looking, 4 to 6 swinging. All right, so he's out. That is 1 out in the inning. All right, Wainer's still on first. All right, and Paul Wainer's coming up, and he is +1. So add 1 to the red die, make it a 4, and pull another wild card. Batter ejected for arguing call with the umpire. So, too bad for Wainer. He got one high and tight, decided he didn't like it. Umpire called him a strike, and he went a little nuts and got tossed. So, Wainer's out of the game. All right, we need to replace him. He is our right fielder, so give me just 1 second here, and I'll get somebody to replace him here. We'll put in Kiki Kyler to replace him. All right, so he takes over in right. We're out of the game. It's awful early to get tossed, but that is the way it goes. All right. All right, so 2 down. And Wainer is still on first. The other Wainer, the one who didn't get tossed. All right. Glenn Wright coming up. Put this over here at the top of the way. All right. He is the same rating, so even up. Pitcher wins it. It's a 3. That's a strikeout. So Root strikes him out. Quick inning. Strikes him out looking. So they strand 1. Heading to the top of the 4th. Still no score. All right. For the Cubs in the top of the 4th, we got Sparky Adams coming up. And Sparky is even, so no adjustment to his red die. I'll take Wainer off first over here. It was confusing that way. There we go. And Adams is on, and that is at 18 on his card. Sorry, I shook y'all's world there with my head. 18 on his card is a walk. So he walks, and he's on first. All right. So Woody English coming up. He is even up, same rating, so no adjustments made. And he wins that one. The 7 is a single on his card. All right. So he's going to go to first. Second, let's see where that single was to. That was a single to left field. My left, every time I do that, I think my. Barnhart's a left fielder. He's yellow rated. And I think we're going to be staying because Trainer is yellow rated. 50-50 shot. Well, I'll take that back. Adams is fast, so he's +1 in this equation. I think we're going to roll it. 1 to 4. Adams will be safe at third. Yo, you're kidding me. That's what I get for pushing it. All right, Adams gets thrown out trying to get into third base on that one. All right. So he is out. First out of the inning. English is still at first. And we move on. Sorry, Sparky. Thought you'd made it. All right. Pete Scott coming up. Pete is +1. So add 1 to the red die. That's a 4, but an 8's going to beat it every time. That is a 9 for on Aldridge's card. That is a ground out. So that is a ground out to the shortstop, which means we're going to have a double play opportunity here. 1 out, that means English, who's on first, is out at second. And we went to shortstop, so it's a 6-4-3 double play we're shooting for here. So we're going to check our second baseman, who is Grantham. And Grantham is yellow rated. And our first baseman's green rated, so they're +1. Pete Scott is blue rated. He's -1, so he's got to roll a 1 to be safe. And he did not. So that, friends, ends the inning. All right. He is out. Let's see. All right, 3 outs. Get the scorebook where I need to. All right, we are moving on, didn't I? Yep. All right, we got Grantham coming up for the Pirates in the bottom half of the 4th. So far, it is a pitcher's duel. Not a whole lot happening here. All right, Grantham is +1 because he's green rated, so we'll add 1 to the red die. That's a 5. He wins that roll, and a 13 is a walk for him. So it brings up Pie Trainer. Gotta say, look at Pie. Pie Trainer. All right. Trainer is the same rating, so no changes. And he wins it. And that is a 1 on his card. It's a single. So another single and 2 men on. For a single and 2 men on. It was a single 2. Right back up the middle. So he's on. They got 2 men on. Joe Harris coming up. And he's +1. So we'll add 1 to the red die here as we roll it. Doesn't matter. 3 beats a 1 for sure. And that's a 12 on Harris's card. That's a double. All right. So Harris is on second. And he plates Grantham for the first run of the day. And Trainer ends up on third. And we'll see if Trainer decides to go home or not. So that's what we got left. We got Trainer at third and Harris at second. Let's see where this double went to. 1 to 2 is left field. 3 to 4 is center. And 4 to 6 is right field. So it's center field. All right. So the center fielder for the Cubbies is Wilson. All right. Hack Wilson's average. All right. If he's trying to throw to the plate, okay, Trainer's yellow rated. And our catcher on the Cubs is also yellow, so it's 50-50 shot. So Trainer's going to hold up. Okay, he doesn't have an advantage there. So instead of getting him thrown out needlessly, I'm just going to have him hold up. So runners at second and third, and we have nobody out and 1 run in. So the Pirate faithful are going crazy. And Wayner is in the parking lot, angry that he got tossed. Paul Wayner is. Anyway, moving on from Joel Harris. Earl Smith. All right, Smith up, 2 men on, nobody out. He's even up, so the same rating as the pitcher. Root rocks fires, and Smith lays 1 down and is safe at first. So he's on at first. The question is, did he score the run? All right. So let's see where he laid it down to. laid it down to second base. All right. So the question is, did everybody advance? If he makes a play at home, you know, my guess is he looked our buddy here, Harris, back. Harris is blue-rated runner, so Harris is going to stay put. Trader's yellow-rated. Our second baseman on the Cubs side is Beck. All right, Beck is yellow-rated. He's throwing to the catcher, who's also yellow-rated, so it's 50-50. And Trainer's yellow-rated, so straight-up roll for Trainer here. 1 to 3, he's safe. 4 to 6, he's out. He is out. Got thrown out at home on the bunt. So the bunt didn't quite do what Smith wanted. He ends up on base, but Trainer trying to go home on it was probably not wise. So they are at first and second. He got tossed out there. That's 4-2. And Aldridge coming up. All right. And we have one out. Aldridge is -1, so we subtract 1 from the red die on this one. That pitcher wins it. So Root wins that one with a 9. That's a ground out, so that's going to give us an out at third. All right. And, or no, I'm sorry, we're going to double play, so it's not at third. The out is at second. So Harris is going to move on to third if the double play doesn't happen. Okay. Smith is out. And we're going to see if our blue-rated runner here, Aldridge, can make it to first. All right. So where was it to? So it was a ground out, right? Okay. Ground out to shortstop. So shortstop to first base. That is English, who's blue-rated, to my green-rated, to Grimm, who's green-rated, our Grimm-rated first baseman. That is a net nothing, a 0, right? So there's no advantage there, just like their average. All right. And then speed is -1 on Aldridge, so 1 to 2 to make him safe at first. He is not safe. All right. That is a double play that ends the inning. All right. But the Pirates strike first. They get a run scores, so they are up now, and it is 1 to nothing. Home team ahead. All right. 1, 2, 3, and Wayner will lead off next time. The only remaining Wayner will lead off next time. Sorry, I had to say that. All right. Moving on, top of the 5th, kids. All right, Earl Webb coming to the plate. He is +1. So we will add 1 to his red die. That's a 6, but it won't beat an 8. And that's a 4 on Aldridge's card. That is a ground out. And for him, that is a ground out to the shortstop. All right, here we go. Moving on. Hack Wilson again. Wilson is green-rated, so he's +1. Make it a 7 for him, and he wins that one with a 15 on his card, and a 15 is a walk for Hack. So he is on first base. Charlie Grimm coming to the plate. See if he can get something going here. He is even up. And he wins that one. That's a 9 on his card. That's a single again. Or a single, rather. That puts Wilson on second and him on first. And it's a single. Just right on the infield. So a little never, took a half swing, checked his swing, hit the side end of the bat, and ended up unable to make the play. So we got runners at first and second. All right, Wilson, second. And we do have 1 out. So, all right. For a walk. There we go. All right, Hartnett coming to the plate. 1 out, 2 men on for the Cubs. All right. He is the same rating. Even up. It leaned and it fell over. So the pitcher wins that one. Aldridge wins that one with a 15. It's a fly out. That's a fly out on the infield to the third baseman. Everybody stays put. And there are now 2 outs. All right. Moving on. Clyde Beck coming up. Also yellow rated. So no change to his die. Here we go. He rolls a 1. Aldridge is 7. So Aldridge wins that again. It's a 4 on his card. That's a ground out. And that's a ground out to third base to end the game. So he just steps on third. That's it. All right. So Root will lead off next inning for the Cubs. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Still 1-0 Pirates. Nobody out. And nobody on. All right. Is Wayner at the plate? He's the same rating, so no change to his red die. And he wins it. It's an 18 on his card. That's a walk. Okay, so Wayner on first. That brings up Barnhart. Same thing. Straight up roll. There we go. He does not win that one. It's an 8. It's a ground out on Root's card. All right. So the first out, unfortunately, for Wayner is him. He's out. The question is Barnhart going to make it? Barnhart's way back here. He's slow. All right. So we're looking at, that was a ground out to, let's see, straight back to the pitcher. Okay, so the pitcher turns, makes the throw. We got a right-handed batter, so second base is covered. So that pitcher to second base made the first out. Now we need to see if second base to first base is the next out. All right. So second base for Pittsburgh, or second base for Chicago, sorry, is Beck. All right, Beck's yellow rated. You see that on his card. And first base is Grimm. He's green rated. They're +1. Poor Barnhart's -1. So you got to take 2 away from Barnhart's side of the equation. So he has to roll a 1 to be safe. And he is doubled up. So unfortunately, 2 men on leads to nothing. And that is, where it is, all right, so we've got 2 down. And Key Kyler coming up. We replaced the other Wayner earlier, who got tossed. We've got 2 outs, and he's even up. So pitcher wins that one to shut down the inning. That is a fly out, and that is a fly out. A little pop up to the catcher. All right. All right, that'll bring Wright up next inning. Nobody on, nobody out. We go to the top of the 6th. One mistake from Root. But other than that, these pitchers have been solid today. All right. Aldridge is pitching, and we have Root at the plate. Root is -1 to Aldridge. So here we go. Take away 1. That means they tie. We pull a wild card. Road Warriors, visiting team, next 2 rolls are +1. All right, I'll put that up here by the visitors. So we're going to add 1. That means they're even up instead of -1. And we're going to roll again. Doesn't matter. Pitcher wins that duel. And that is a ground out to the shortstop. All right. However, this card sticks around for another roll. So it'll help out Sparky Adams here. Instead of being even up, he's +1 now because of that card. So here we go. Add 1 to the red. Oh, it doesn't matter. Pitcher rolls a 7. And a 7 on his card is a ground out. That is a ground out straight back to the pitcher. So right up the middle. He makes a snag on it and gets it to first for the out. So we have dos outs. All right, this goes away. Sorry. And Woody English coming to the plate. He is even rated with Aldridge. Does not get on. Aldridge strikes him out. And that is struck out swinging. So English goes down. And that is a 1-2-3 half of the inning for the Cubs. Heading for the bottom of the sixth. Still 1-0 Pirates. Let's see here. Let me straighten things up a little bit. I kind of got messy over here. I know it's kind of hard to see Root's card over here, but I know what his info is. All right. In the bottom of the sixth, Pittsburgh is sending right to the plate. Glenn Wright is yellow rated, so no difference for him. Got nobody out, Craig. All right. Pitcher wins that. It's a strikeout. Yeah, he struck out looking. So a little backwards K in our scorebook there for him. And he went down unsmooth. Okay, 1 out. Grantham up. He is +1. Doesn't matter. Pitcher wins that one. As a ground out to the second baseman. So a quick 2 outs. Root is working fast here. 2 up, 2 down. Here comes Pie Trainer again. 2 outs. Same rating, so no changes. He does not win that. Another strikeout. Root's coming on strong here. He struck him out looking. So 2 strikeouts. He's got him baffled. 3 up, 3 down. Over to the top of the 7th. It's getting real, folks. The Cubs need to get something going here, or they'll be out of this thing. So let's see what they can get happening. All right, we got Scott coming to the plate. He's +1 on Aldridge. So we'll add 1 to the red die. Doesn't make a bit of difference. Aldridge strikes him out. And as payback goes, that's a good start. Okay, so for the Pittsburgh, it's a good start. Strikes him out. Move on to Earl Webb, who's also +1, so we'll add 1 to his die. That means they tie. That means we pull a dreaded wild card. Now we get home field advantage. Next 2 rolls, +1. All right. All right, for Webb. He's already +1, so we're going to add 2 to him now. For the next 2 rolls. Add 2 to the die. Oh, they tie up again. However, I've got kind of a rule. I don't let wild cards be more than 1 wild card be pulled when the one's still active. So we're going to roll again, adding 2 to Webb for the last roll of that card. Add 2 to 7. He wins that one, and that's a single for Webb. All right. So he's on first. So that's over with. I'm going to shuffle those cards. They're back to back. All right. So Webb is on. And that was a single 2 out past the shortstop. All right. Hack Wilson coming to the plate. He's green rated, so he's +1. Add 1 to the red die. Doesn't make a bit of difference. Aldridge sets him down with a strikeout. At least he was swinging. So we got 2 outs in the inning. Hack Wilson hacked at it that time for sure. Baseball humor. All right. Grimm's up. He is even up. Still got a runner at first over there in Webb. He's not stealing. He's blue rated, so he's not going anywhere. So here's Grimm, even up. And Grimm is on base. He gets on with a single. All right. So he's now on first, and Webb's at second. So Hartnett has a chance to do get a run in here. He's got a runner in scoring position. just so we know. That was a single just on the infield up the line. Catcher ran it down but couldn't make a play on it. All right, Hartnett is coming up. He is even rated, so no changes. They tied up. You know, some games I have to pull a lot of these, some games I don't. It's just, that is a drag bunt, batter safe, all runners advance. So look at Hartnett getting on base there, pushing everybody around. Sorry, Hartnett's on third. Thinking of that backwards. There we go. That makes sense. Grimm's on, and then we go. There we go. All right, he's on third, he's on second, and there we go. All right, so now we got 2 outs, bases loaded. We got Beck coming up. Beck's even up. Here we go. Beck does not win that one. Aldridge rises to the occasion and gets the out on a fly out, and that is a fly ball to shallow left field to end the inning. So ends the Cub threat right there. Big out for Aldridge there. All right. All right, so we finished 7. And we're getting one. I'm going to finish the 7th before I do a check on my pitchers. Both of them are pitching so good. There's no point in seeing if they need to be downgraded yet. Normally, I do it right after their average innings per start expires, but I gave these guys both an extra inning here. All right, it'll be Root up next inning for the Cubbies. So we got Harris coming up for the Pirates, and there is no longer anyone on base. So I'll pull these guys off of here. All right. Harris is +1 to Root. Doesn't matter. Root gets the out. And that's a line out to the first baseman. So we have 1 out. All right. Earl Smith is even rated, so no changes. Wouldn't matter anyway. He strikes out. Looking. Get that down in our little book. And then we got Aldridge coming up. 2 outs. And Aldridge is -1 to Root. So that makes him even. That's a tie. Look at this. Bench clearing brawl. Pitcher ejected from the game. So Root gets tossed, probably for throwing at the other pitcher, Aldridge. All right, so Root's tossed. Got to put a new pitcher in for the Cubs. Let me get in my pitchers over here. See what I've got on the bench. Let's see here. I think we're going to bring in our good buddy Art Neff. And we're going to see if Neff's platoon splits apply. 1 to 3 they do. And they do. So not only is he green rated, now he gets another +1 when he faces lefties. So he gets tossed and Aldridge is still up to bat. All right. 2 outs. And Aldridge is -2 to Neff. Neff wins that one easily. That is a line out to the third baseman. All right. So that ends the Pirates half of the inning. All right, now, Aldridge, we need to check and see if we need to downgrade him from a D8 to a D6. So 1 to 3, we'll downgrade him. We downgrade him. I'm going to leave him in. I don't believe in pulling a pitcher who's doing well, even if he is going to be rolling a D6. Now, the batter in here, even up. Doesn't matter. Okay? So Aldridge against Neff. Let's see. Neff doesn't have a pitcher's card. Let me double check. I don't think he's got a batter card. Let me double check him. Just talk amongst yourselves over there. Nope, does not. That means that as far as hitting is concerned, I can use a generic pitcher batter card for Neff because his card was not good enough to even be carded. So he'll probably come out better for it. All right, so Neff's up. He's blue rated, so he's -1 to Aldridge. And Neff gets on base. And a 7 on the pitcher card is a single. So I think it's a single. So there he is. Neff is standing on first with 2 outs. All right, back around to Sparky Adams. Adams is even up with Aldridge. And Adams gets on base. That's a 14 on his card, kids, and that's a double. All right, so our pitcher comes around standing on third. And Sparky is at second. And we are now going to pull Aldridge out of the game, which I probably should have done anyway. Get rid of this D6 and get myself a D8 again for the pitcher. And for Pittsburgh, let's see who we can throw in here. I think I got an idea. Bear with me. He's in the back of the deck here. There he is. Johnny Milges coming in to pitch for Pittsburgh. All right, let's check his platoon splits. 1 to 3, he's still got him. Nope, he does not. So they don't help him out any. All right. So we got our pitcher on third. We got Adams on second. And we got English coming up. All right. English against Neff, or against Milges. Against Milges, he is -1. So we'll take 1 away from the red die. Pitcher wins that battle with a ground out. All right. And that is a ground out to the first baseman. All right. So these boys are both going to advance. That scores the run. Yay for Chicago. They score a run. So they score that run. And that gives us it's an out at first. Oh, no, that's it. No, wait, that's not right. That's our first out, correct? Don't confuse yourself here. All right. So English is out, but he scores the run from third, and Adams is now on third. So that is an RBI for English. All right. Got to run it in. Make sure we note that sucker. All right. So we got batter at hey, top of the order. No, sorry. No, wrong team. Earl Webb stepping to the plate. Or no, Scott. Sorry, I already moved it. Pete Scott. All right, my bad. So I get for moving ahead of time. All right, got 1 out. Got a runner at third, and Pete Scott, who is even rated with Milges. So no changes. Milges wins that one. That's an 18. That's a line out. That's a line out to the pitcher. We're going to see if Sparky Adams is green rated. So my guess is a green rated runner gets back to third. I usually don't roll those. Okay. So we got 2 outs. And we're going to see if Webb can get this other run in for Pittsburgh, for Chicago. Sorry, I'll get it right eventually here, guys. All right, Webb's even rated with Milges, so here we go. And he gets on base. That is a bunt. He lays down a bunt, so he is on first. And we got a fast runner at third. Let's see where he bunted it to the first baseman. All right. So bunting to first, he is on. We're going to see if our buddy Sparky Adams made it in there or not. He's green rated, so he's +1. Okay. First base to catcher. A green rated Grim, yellow rated catcher. They're even rated. So 1 to 4 says Sparky made it home, and the bunt was successful in scoring the run. So 1 to 4 is what he needs. He rolls a 3. That scores the run, and that gives the Cubs another run, and they take the lead. All right. So Webb is at first. Give him the RBI there. And that's another run for the Cubs in the inning. Which, the way this is going, could be all they need. We'll see. All right. So 2 outs. Hack Wilson coming to the plate. And Wilson is even up with Milgis. So we'll see if he can get on base and keep it going. And a leaner. Nope, pitcher wins that one. Strikes him out. No, not strike out. Ground out. To first baseman. So. Wait. Yep, that's right. All right. That's an exciting inning for Cubs fans. So the Cubs played a couple and take the lead. When I say the Cubs, it's top of the. Oh, that was top of the 8th. Sorry, I'm not keeping track of my stuff here. They played a couple. Okay, so now they lead 2-1. But Pittsburgh is not done yet. All right. All right, Pittsburgh, we are at the top of the order. Nobody out. Nobody on over here. All right. And they are facing Neff. First time these guys in this part of the order have faced Neff. He is +1 on them. And they're not, he's facing a lefty. So he's +2 on Wainer. So Wainer is, because his platoon splits are working. So he's minus, or he would be +1. That means Wainer is -2 from the red die. Doesn't matter, he still gets on. And a 15 is a double. So we got Wainer standing on second with nobody out. And that was a double. He slaps it out to center field. So he is on at second base. So Wainer with a leadoff double. And we got Barnhart coming up. Barnhart is -1. He's a righty, so he's just -1 because Neff's green rated. Here we go, -1. Doesn't matter. Pitcher wins that one, and it is a strikeout, and he got him looking. All right. So we got 1 out, kids. All right, moving on. Kiki Kyler coming up. Kyler's a righty, so he's -1 to Neff. Take one away, and Neff wins that one. And that's a ground out to the third baseman. Okay? So 5-3. And we're going to say he looks, our boy Wainer back here, looks him back. And we got 2 outs in the inning. And we still have Wainer on second. Here comes Wright, and he's -1. So we take 1 away from the red die. And that means they tie. Uh-oh. Here we go. Rain delay. Pitcher's next D8 roll is -1. So that means, in effect, they're even up. So we'll roll it again for Wright and Neff. And it helps. Gillen Wright is on base, and that is a single for him. That puts Wainer on third and him on first. It was a single too. Single right over second base. So I'm going to say the right fielder fielded that one. Get this card out here. All right, so the question is, does Wainer go home on it? Okay, right fielder for the Cubs is Scott. He's +1. Catcher is average, so they're +1 on defense. Okay, Wainer is average. Game is on the line though. He gets in there and scores. He ties the game up. But with 2 outs, I think you better depend on them to hit him in rather than go there. He's got Grantham coming up next. So I think we stay first and third. I thought about it, but no. As a third base coach, I just had to hold him up. Okay. All right. I'm right. All right. Grantham is would be even up, but he's a lefty, so he's -1 to Neff. Doesn't matter. Neff takes care of him. That is a ground out. So we'll ground out to third. So nobody scores. And we go on to the top of the ninth. Cubs are going to try to pad their lead here and hang on. Next inning will be Trainer up for Pittsburgh. This would be, Pittsburgh went on to go to the World Series. They were the team that played the Yankees in the World Series in 27. So if Pittsburgh's eliminated here, that's a big deal because the Cubs were the number 4 team in the National League this year. So the 4th seed is about to beat the 1 seed if the Pirates can't make something happen. So they need to hold them here and score some runs. All right. All right, Charlie Grimm up in the top of the ninth. Nobody on, nobody out. All right. Here we go. Grimm is -1 to Milgis. And Milgis sets him down. That is a line out to the shortstop. So quick first out. Get things rolling for Milgis here. All right. Hartnett is also -1, so Milgis rocks and fires. And it doesn't help. Hartnett gets on base with a single. That is a single straight up the middle. All right. So he's on at first. All right. Clyde Beck coming to the plate. And Beck is -1. So here we go. That's a strikeout. So Beck strikes out swinging. So now there are 2 outs. And a runner on, and we are going to pinch hit. Yeah, I put Paul Wainer in for him. Not Paul Wainer. Root. All right, let me grab somebody to pinch hit. Let's see here. All right, putting Stevenson in. He is green rated, so he's even up. Sorry, I keep hitting the camera. You'd think I'd be able to miss it. I adjusted things. It's a little lower than it used to be on me. So, all right, he's green rated, so these guys are even up. All right, so. Hang on. I'm losing my mind. All right. Hang on a second. I had him in the right place. I was in my scorebook here. I'm putting this stuff in the wrong place. Here, hang on. Beck strikes out, and then we have Stevenson. All right. All right, let's do, and I did my roll. Yeah, pitcher rolls. They were even up. Pitcher wins that roll, and that's a 12, which is a ground out. All right, so the third out is a ground out to the second baseman. All right, so the Cubs finish the top half of the inning. And we go on to the bottom of the ninth to see if Pittsburgh can at least tie it up and send it to extra innings. Okay. Sparky Adams up next inning. And then we took Milgis out. No, we took Neff out of the lineup. So we need to roll in with We'll come in with no. Yeah, bring in Johnny Morrison. All right. So that means pitcher card back in. All right. Needed that, right? Okay. Now we got for the Pirates. See if they can climb back in this thing here. You got Pie Trainer coming to bat against Morrison. Morrison's platoon splits are not working, so they're even up. All right, so here we go. Batter gets on. That's a 15 on his card. That's a double. So Trainer gets a double to lead off the game. So there's your winning run right there. Your tying run right there. That brings up your tying run to the plate, Joe Harris. All right. That's a big. That's Trainer's second double. He's had 3 hits today and one strikeout. So he's having a good afternoon. All right. So here we go with Harris. Harris is +1 on Morrison. And we'll put this first base over here where it belongs. Here we go. Doesn't matter. Morrison wins that one. That is an 18 on his card, which is a line out. Line out to the second baseman. Okay. 1 out. 4. Second baseman is Beck. And Beck is yellow rated. He's average. Our runner Trainer is average. So it's 50-50 shot whether he makes it back. So 1 to 3, he doubled off. We already got 1 out. 1 to 3, he got doubled off. Or 4 to 6, he's safe. He got doubled off. Man, that is rough. All right. All right. Let the dice decide, right? All right. He is doubled off. So that was 2. All right. 2 outs. That brings Smith up. Instead of having somebody to bat in, he's got nobody on. So here's Smith trying to be a hero. All right. And Smith is even up with Johnny Morrison. So here it is. Morrison rocks and fires. And Morrison wins the battle. Morrison gets him out on a little line out to shortstop. So in a huge, huge upset, the Pittsburgh Pirates are sent home in this tournament, and Chicago Cubs go on. So they move on in the tournament. So our final score here this afternoon, all the Cubs fans say, "Ooh!" Cubs 2, Pirates 1. Appreciate y'all watching. This series will continue. Got 2 more series to do before we move to the next round. So keep an eye on my YouTube channel here. Be sure and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys next time.